Saan ka ng dead 2019? Wala, ipis ka pa lang dead. Hey, huwag mo kasi kami masyadong durugin dito Sa Piloy na lang tayo magharap. Total, doon naman ang ating gold medal venue.
All right, there we go. That's our Smart 5G pingers. I didn't catch that. What was Carl TZ saying to Coach Hayes over there at the end?
He said a lot of things. They were former teammates.
Yeah, I think he was just saying that he misses them. And of course, these two were featured because they won a gold medal together back in 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the very first.
The very first gold medal.
In esports, in Olympic level competition, that meaning the SEA Games.
Yep.
But yeah, no, what a reminder. In case people were asking about aura and just gravitas, people are forgetting, Hayes has won it all in the realm of MLBB. I just looked it up. He also has an MSC.
Yeah, he's got an MSC. MSC 2018. 2018, man.
Hayes has done it all. That's one thing Carl hasn't done.
Yeah.
Well, two things. Win an MDL and coach for a World
Championship. Let's take a look at the watch party happening on right now. This is over in Sanha Mayor. Over in Barangay Sanha Mayor at Tanza, Cavite. Is that right?
Yep, it is.
Am I saying this right?
It's Sanha Mayor.
Sanha Mayor.
People would read it different,
Sanja.
but shout out to the people in Tanza, Cavite.
Hey, you know what? You come here for the English stream for the best pronunciations of Filipino and Tagalog words you've ever heard in your life.
Yes, sir.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere else. If you want deadly accurate, you go to Filipino. If you want the best, come to English.
All right, also for the first map, I think they see it right, we were going to Broken Walls.
B-dubs
for game one in this best of three. Remind you, if Onicph gets the upper hand here in game one, that's already step one to potentially have another extra game today.
What's your command?
Yeah, something about Broken Walls is actually really good for Onicph. They are one of the teams that has played it 11 times, and they have a win-loss of 9-2 in that map.
You know what it is?
What is it?
It's the Orange Gambit. It's just so much easier to do. Because King Kong can engage from the front where you usually do on normal maps.
Yeah.
But in Broken Walls, he can cut right through, even starting from the far buff.
Yeah, I don't know. Broken Walls is a weird map sometimes for certain teams, I feel like. Also, because of objective fighting, you look at the stats for a lot of the teams, especially the top teams right now that are competing here. You look at stat control or objective control when it's Broken Walls, and it could go either way. But also, I think, interestingly enough, are they just going to go for the Harley play here for Onicph to go ahead and secure that for King Kong?
Ooh, I know the Onicph go-to is that Harley, and it is a huge comfort, but I don't know if I'm going up against Carl in Liquid, I don't know if I'm willing to give up the Suyo to him. If ever, keep the trade active. If there's a choice between the Suyo and Harley, try to pick something that would supplement your jungle rotations or maybe give some difficulty to Carl TZ's rotations. Looking at the draft predictions right now, going live, the potential of what Onicph could ban out is looking like a Juicin is one of the most likely options next to a Phoveus.
If it's a Phoveus here or the Zushin here, it's the other on the other side. Both just have to go.
Okay, Freya.
I like the animations. So the Freya gets taken out, of course, another option that could have been there for Teddy.
That means one or the other is coming through.
Yep. It's up to the Liquid to decide if ever it's going to be the Harley and or Suyo. They also really have to think about the Juicin because it's also a great pick for them. So there's a lot of power picks to trade here that I don't think that these two teams are not going to run out. The first three picks are going to be a wide field of heroes that they can fight for.
Nay, the first phase alone is dynamite because even Marcel is left.
Marcel's
and
left.
The Valentina trade.
Valentina. I think that's why you see such a thoughtful draft going through here, especially in the first phase.
They're taking the time.
See what's going to be. All right, it's going to be the Harley. Yep, they'll take out the Harley. So do you just grab Suyo then?
That's the thing. I think Tlph decided to ban this out because they know that there's a chance Onicph might not even think about a first pick Suyo because not a lot of teams are willing to rush that. Still, though, it's looking like the odds are saying it's looking like a Suyo rush right away. But then when you're up against Liquid, consider this. You still have a Fredrin open to deal with. You still have a Leomord to deal with. A Guinevere as well. So, again, keep the field open. Just take out something really strong for Sanford. They pick up the Phoveus because in that way, you're also trying to turn off the Valentina as one of the first two picks alongside the Harith on the red side for Liquid.
Okay. Phoveus being that first pick here. We'll see what Tlph builds out. You still have that Jushin in contention, too.
Yep.
I think that's definitely going to pop up here on one of the picks.
Or the Valentina.
Yeah, or Valentina. Tlph.
One or the other has to be here now.
There's a lot of fights for the gold lane. They don't need to rush it, of course, and get the Suyo. So Tlph read it perfectly.
Whoa.
So did the Harith come out because they're willing to play the Harith onto the Fold? It's a very brave choice.
That's like a statement, though,
Yeah.
right?
That, and this is the only time you could pick it.
Yeah.
Because if you let it through to the second phase, or rather the second half of the first phase, the Harith comes through for sure.
Yeah.
And since the Claude is gone, what's Savero left to play? Again, he has a huge hero pool, but he's left with the lesser pick.
Yeah.
Because it's Harith and Claude right now.
Yeah.
So if ever he's gonna just see if he can pick up a carry to deal with it. I think Onic, though surprising as it would be, would want to consider picking up something like the glue and then just put it in the roam for Brusco. You take out the surprise factor, but roam glue was one of the big X factor picks from yesterday. To see if they're willing to play into that. They still do pick up the gourd. Definitely keep expecting him to come out in the first phase already. He's a great pickup. It's not going to be the gourd though. Excuse me, not going to be the glue. They pick up their jungler in the Guinevere, but there is a very, very off chance this might go into the roam pick. Most likely though, based off of recent memory, this is most likely jungle Gwyn.
Okay, and the response right now to finish the first phase for Tlph is the Marcel. That comes through. Interesting that he only had like almost a 5% pick rate there, but this is it's looking good for both sides, honestly.
You got to take into consideration, and I think our draft prediction software also considers Daddy JP don't play the Marcel very often.
Yeah.
He was one of the later players to pick it up. So with that said, they start taking out more roamers because they don't trust that this Guinevere might be a flex. They trust that it might be really in the jungle anymore, so they take out the Khalid.
Yeah. Good note there on the JP thing that you mentioned, because usually his favorite picks are the Hildas, the Khalids,
The Hylos.
Kalot, Kalea. Very rare that we see it. This could be a surprise very late in the season for Liquid, and that works out well for them. Now, for the next two bans, you still have a mid laner to consider here. If it's not going to be a Valentina for Sanji, I think range would do them well.
Yeah.
Eve would be fine. Zetian would be fine as well.
Yeah, Zetian, Eve. We've seen some of the... wait, Valentina's also still slept on, but I don't know if you'd want to pick that up.
Yeah, there's already so many dashes that you can help Phovius get his enhanced basic attack, and you're gonna need those little shuffles in the early trade. So thinking about how Liquid wants to fight early on, I think they're more Eve than they are Zetian.
Last bans here, Lilia was actually taken out towards Sanji. Sanji also one of the mid laners that does have quite a deep hero pool if he's actually able to go ahead and utilize it, but we're sort of expecting some standard picks, especially since I think one of the harder things that we've seen teams struggle with fighting against the Gourd since he's back to, meta form is like being able to fight against the Mystic Gush, the Beam, but also just trying to get around all the little mini stuns. So you're talking about crowd control overload just between the Guinevere and the Gourd alone, and then what are the last two picks for Onyx? So there's a lot of setup potential that Onyx can utilize to stop Tlph from getting that momentum, getting those early rotations we're so used to see them get.
I'm surprised the Onyx aren't attacking the heroes that can actually dive that Gourd. Because that's usually the weakness of the Gourd, especially when it was first debuted. It's like, is there a Sora on the other side?
Yeah.
You're as good as dead. But here they're like, nope. Do they trust Prince that much? It's all about mechanics.
He's one of the more winning players on the Gourd right now.
Might be the winningest.
Yeah, might be the winningest. Zetian, you mentioned the ban?
Yeah.
It's banned out.
I thought they willingly consider banning out the Eve more than the Zetian, but, well, looking at how the Phovius and the Guinevere, yeah, I could see why they'd want to take the Zetian out anyway. But in terms of the early trades, the presence of an Eve, if it ever does get picked up for Sanji, might be tougher to deal with. They get the Terizla for some solid hold. Yeah, they're not going to get the Sora. They just want something really solid in the EXP lane. They don't want the potential of losing that. They just want to be able to survive long enough so that Harith gets his farm. The good thing is you don't need to wait long for Harith to get his farm. First item, you're fine.
Yep.
You duel, you good.
Interesting. Liquid are not acknowledging that Gourd. They're just going to play through it.
Yep.
I think maybe in a way too, like that might have been somewhat of an idea for the Marcel. Like just be quick enough and annoying enough to keep Prince like on his back foot.
Deny a formation.
Yeah. And if the Gush gets dropped down, then you can kind of golden hour and hope that he stalls enough time.
As a former top global Gourd,
Yeah.
is that sound?
I think it's sound.
Are you happy with that kind of approach?
Yeah, so then that's what I'm saying. I think they are just relying on Super Friends, you know, the mechanical skills for him to have. This is interesting too. Clint has been popping back up in the meta. Even yesterday he was being played.
75% win rate.
Yeah.
I believe that's all mostly on Severo. If not all on Severo.
Yeah. Even there's one, most of it is Severo. And there's also one yesterday from Dominkite.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he played it, yep.
Yeah, he played it yesterday. And I think the key to that is actually having it paired up with just members who can peel so much for the Clint, whether it's through crowd control or through damage because you're sending Team Liquid Philippines back. Because even the Gord Clint yesterday was deadly for Aurora. And now they even add the Grok there. Surprisingly, we don't see Grok as much anymore, but then with the pressure applied by the Marcel, well, with Khalid and Hildegon, the Grok does add to that pressure. Eve, as expected, is locked in there for Sanji. So I'm just really looking at how the early trades are going to be dealt with by Onicph Philippines with the Eve present.
Yep, and super fans, you guys are sharing your thoughts in the chat. Well, why don't you scan this QR code as well? Get a chance to win 1,000 MLBB Diamonds. 3 winners per match. So we've got this one and we got next one. And then we'll probably have something more for you guys for the playoffs. So take a look while you can. There's our Superfan prediction right now. Pretty close, 44 over for Onicph Philippines, 56% for Team Liquid.
That's about as close as most fan bases get against the Cavalry.
Yeah.
The Golden Rivalry definitely is a must-watch, even in the twilight of Season 17. Great rating on Onicph.
Yeah, I was actually going to say before we even saw that rating, I like the lineup that they have here for Game 1. I think this is a really solid foundation to get Game 1 for Onicph Philippines.
Yeah, that's why it's really good that they're actually even JP back to Purify going into this one alongside Teddy. You don't see that often for roamers, but it is important.
Well, here we go. Golden Rivalry. First match of the day before we end out our regular season. We know what's on the line here for the playoffs, that upper bracket spot to be solidified or not for Team Liquid Philippines, and we jump into it.
I love that Daddy JP put a Purify on Marcel. It throws me back to whenever a chip puts a Purify on itself, just to make sure that the shortcut happens here. It's for the golden hour.
Yeah, and the good thing with that is also beyond saving himself, if ever whoever he can give a shield to during the golden hour, any of his allies, good escape for both of them. All right, Severo, fine, handling the lane relatively well, but did get forced to use his regen. Not a lot of really deep invades, but JP is getting the trump over Onicph so far in terms of vision, while Brusco and Super Prince are just taking their sweet time, making sure that minion waves are healthily cleared by these two, because them going into level 4 or getting closer to level 4 by Turtle 1 is going to be an important condition for them to trade with the Eve lineup.
Yep, a lot of good information here coming from both roamers on each side as well, wanting to go ahead and secure these buffs for their junglers and get things set up in that first turtle.
Interesting how the first minute and a half has elapsed, because we talked about Aura in the pre-match panel.
Yeah.
It seems like Onicph have let go of the orange gambit. Like, they're not even trying. They didn't even cross the river.
And I think they knew it'd be way too risky with the pokes from Sanji, with the Marcel there. Okay, so we're seeing a little bit of what Coach RC mentioned earlier about how difficult it is to trade with Severo in lane, and we see why Clint is getting popular again.
Yeah, you're seeing it, you know, throughout the weeks here. We've been talking about Severo's performance of being that first import throughout the league here in the MPL Philippines, and I think he's done more than prove himself worthy to just be called one of the more deadly gold laners and so versatile in the lane. The fight for this first turtle, half health.
Oh, nice jump, Requiem, the answer. King Kong, they take out 40, but Liquid happy with the turtle.
Yeah, that's exactly what Liquid wanted. Even though Sanford went down, they did everything to stop King Kong. The Platinum Snap, the crowd control coming in from the Marcel, plus the fact that Sanford committed Flicker with his penalty zone. That just went all to plan for Liquid.
Oh, big swing here. Putting Teddy up against the wall. A lot of damage coming through from Severo. Called easy. Looking to repair the situation. Taking Brusco down to 5th of his health. Throwing out the charge Quella.
Oh, Severo, he's half health, but yeah, he's going to be able to go ahead and stay in that lane. Good response there from Tlph to be there in time for that. Great rotations. This is what we were talking about in Keys to Victory as well. The Sigma rotation and the GOAT rotations on both sides.
The goatation.
Goatations.
So far, we're seeing a little bit more of the goatations, but King Kong is balancing it out with some invades towards the Beetle top side. Now, one thing to note, why even more so this Clint looks really good, against roamers that would want to have the support emblem set, early burst coming in from the gold laner is not good for them, or early burst from anyone, not good for them. So you see, when JP's going to be going up to Severo's lane, he's going to be taking a lot of damage despite being a roamer.
Yeah, that's something that I think most Marcel's feeling like they're going to have to deal with. You know, part of it, again, is we've been seeing Marcel players, these roamers, try to figure out the best way, the most efficient way to play him and also utilize the Golden Hour ultimate. But, you know, this might just be part of the plan for JP to maintain throughout the game and the pace that they need.
Turtle number 2 spawns in the lower quarter, so that means Teddy and Severo will be part of the action.
So far, not a lot of pressure coming out from Onicph. They've been just playing very safely, which is okay. Even though it's not their usual MO, at least Severo gets farm and they're looking fine. Oh!
Okay. Odd positioning for 40s Terizla. Badia Smith keeping him fairly alive, but this engage by King Kong will compromise Liquid, at least pre-turtle.
Yeah, so at least for Sanford, he'll go back, he'll reset. Looking at the items here for the gold laners.
The full build item just yet for either just rushing components. It's been happening a lot more that roamers are actually going for rapid boots as their priority shoes.
It's because I guess they just want to be able to rotate through this map and also broken walls, being able to move and, you know, maneuver through them.
Yeah. Not just roamers, actually a lot of roles now. I've seen a few gold laners in MSL Thailand pick up rapid boots. They just want to be part of fights.
Yeah, EXP laners as well.
Oh, that's a rampart and a penalty zone compromising that turtle take. Golden Hour stopping it. Kirk jumping on. Infernal Pursuit on a Tlph, pushing out the GOAT. Very low members. It's Onicph scoring the second turtle, and they're not done. Bruska with a rampart, plus the gush. Down goes 40. Kirk is burning, but he's fine. The projectile thrown out to back Teddy off.
Onicph. They waited for the right moment and they finally got it. And it seems like we're seeing a little bit of the idea behind picking up the Marcel, seeing the gourd. Yeah, you cancel it out just a little bit, but as long as Chris is alive, woo, it's fine.
Severo flickers back.
He went to deadly Teddy mode there for a second. You know, trying to at least push Severo off. He's going to have to go reset though, so Severo's got really good control in this lane, especially with Brusco down in this bottom side. I think, oh no.
Oh, Requiem! And the gush finds 40! The third death for the Apex Predator!
Yeah, they're man-marking Sanford. Something that we see a lot in the past of Liquid, even during their time as Echo, is if ever Liquid are looking way too strong and teams are finding a way to beat them, they start off with something simple. Make sure Sanford's impact is diminished.
And that's one of the downsides of a Terizla. We've seen this time and time again since he's started to get picked up. If the flicker's down, you kind of have to make the decision. Do I penalty zone defensively or do I hold on to this? And he's just getting stunned and whittled down.
Even to take this to the next level, Joseph, even if this wasn't a Terizla, as long as you neuter 40, Liquid is a different beast entirely. That's just not the kind of play he's used to. On the other hand, Kirk has won championships by going 0-8.
Yeah, like just be in that punching bag, basically.
Yeah, and that's why he decided to go for more a component-based build.
Maneuvers in mid.
Okay, it's JP compromising Kirk. That's a gush used defensively. Golden Hour. Tlph gets jumped on by King Kong. He gets the combo and the knockup. Oh my lord, Tlph deleted off the map.
Oh man, Tlph taken out. Really good counterplay from Onicph.
King Kong's not done. Sanji here does get a shield from JP. Liquid looking like they want to pick a fight. That's Kirk backing off. Onicph are up 1,000 gold.
You see here why the Phoebus and the Guinevere together just works wonders. Besides them feeding into each other's kits, JP!
Ooh, JP! Dragon shot, deadly, Teddy coming! Somebody in trouble! Brusco can't save him with a tech charge. That's Liquid's first kill.
There he is, deadly Teddy! And now the fight for this turtle, last one of the game, Tlph has control.
Yeah, chef's kiss that Teddy even committed that Purify, knowing that the Grok knockup was coming for him, and it just cancels it out.
Oh man, this is... You're seeing them take advantage of it. Nothing. Oh, Kirk's jumping on in for JP. He is low, but he scoots on out of there. He's going to be fine. A little bit of pressure on the purple buff of Onicph. They'll go ahead and reset. Tlph keeps things in equilibrium, right? This is not one of those games where you're going to see a massive lead build up on either side.
This rarely happens. 8 minutes in, even with a 4-1 and a 1-2 turtle split, the gold lead swings back and forth. It rarely exists.
Yeah, it's a lot based on the trades that we've been seeing, those skirmishes. Looking at the items, Sanford decided to go for the War Axe first. Going back to my point with Kirk, he went for more components. So Black Ice, Silent Robe.
Uh-oh, RWM catches Super Prince. TENKKYU scores. Joseph, this is what I was saying.
Yeah, I felt that one, Leo. I felt that right there. You can't escape a flicker penalty zone from Sanford or any Turisla, really.
Yeah, add to that, Sanji placed down the RWM perfectly. Oh, and
King Kong finds it. Requiem on the JP. He gets out via Purify.
all right. Liquid are now going to be looking to flow some minion waves. Top and bot. They get Teddy handling bot. They get a 3-man play up top to handle top. So now Onicph are going to have to play through map recovery. Get some flow in.
Whoop.
Oh, man. Okay. This is the other thing that I feel like Onicph really has to take control of right now before this next Lord comes up is taking care of the map. Not letting TLPH get their way.
Oh, 40. Body of Smith, more than willing. DPZ. Might have been overkill.
You see what I said, though? When you don't have the flicker, you have to decide in the moment, do I just use the penalty zone or not?
Yeah, a lot of these gold swings are coming off of trades out of nowhere in the center of the map. Super Prince lands a projectile that can get a gush in, or a surprise entry by Tlph, Sanford, then Sanji just dropping in a Starfield. I really like how these two are not holding back in terms of getting advantages from these little skirmishes. With the nature of these two lineups, it's better than just slowly playing for the minion waves, playing around objectives, get those kills.
That's just not the kind of matchup the Golden Rivalry is.
Yeah.
Well, this one comes down to this first Lord here. Onicph will pull it through, but it is going to go for this reset. Again, we see this a lot with the Broken Walls map with the Lord. There's multiple ways to go ahead and handle it.
Yeah, 2-level gap between Tlph and King Kong, by the way.
Okay.
And this is, oh my lord, nice catch here! Crush throw down from the Salmon Force! Requiem catches King Kong, but he's on out of here! Sanford finds him! Golden Hour, but Kirk takes out Sanji, swinging away, Tlph once more, Burtle Pursuit, Brusco gets cracked in half by Teddy! And Tlph takes down Kirk! That's why he's called QB1!
Starfield comes down right on time. Onicph couldn't take Sanji down fast enough, and this is Lord 1 going to Liquid without any problem.
Man, another decisive fight showcased here by TLPH in the first Lord. This is what we see. Even if a team is able to keep pace or keep things under control in the early to mid game, by the time you get to that first Lord, that's where TLPH plays the map and around this objective so well. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, it was the initiation from Onicph, but Teddy was free to jump onto Prince, forcing the flicker and ending the Mystic Gush early. That's why they couldn't get Sanji down quick enough. Teddy was not caught by Onicph.
A great usage of the Golden Hour as well. That's something we talked about that JP is going to have to utilize, and that kept Brusco there, frozen in time for just long enough that they could deal with and reposition into that team fight. So, in literally a one-team fight, look at the gold lead. It's ballooned up almost 5,000 gold.
And even without that team fight, if it was just straight up Lord into conversions, Liquid would have ended up with the same lead.
Yeah.
That's just how they play. You give them an inch, they take a mile. Can't fit a horse in a box. Oh, they take tier 1 in mid. That's it, the main artery with a Lord down bot.
Yeah, one thing to note also for the Suyo is that more and more we're seeing less Skypiercer rush for the Suyo. This is just old school Suyo style. With the Hunter Strike, the War Axe, and the Malefic Roar, Liquid continue their pressure into the orange side of Onicph. They still have the Lord with them. This is going to be a huge gold swing and map favor for them.
Yep, they will clear this Lord out before it gets to the wave here, before it gets to the shield. No, shield's gone. And so this is the thing. TLPH will go ahead and play the discipline route. They'll get some of these tier 2s down. Oh, little beam thrown out by JP, but he's fine. So as is Purified too. Little damage check from Super Prince, which is still respectable. Again, you know, it's more so of, can he get the full use of the ultimate of the Gore, that Mystic Gush? Can he actually get the placement he's looking for?
And I think that's what we're missing with the whole Harley ban.
Yeah.
Is because that should have been a shred. Here instead, it's Guinevere Gourd. So there is a CC set up, and then you get the Gush. It's just, there's not much of a payoff.
Yeah. The payoff doesn't come until Severo also has a full stack of items, and he's ready to just burst down anyone that gets in front of him. With him packing the flicker, he might even commit that flicker to go for a really deep dive onto Sanji or a better angle onto Teddy instead of using it for escape. So let's look at Severo where he's at in items. 1,000 behind it against the Aerith. He built up his Skypiercer earlier. Does have the Malefic gun. This scenario, one more, and then he should be fine. The 5th item for a Clint is really just consolation at this point. Once you get to 4, you're fully locked. That's how much he hurts.
Yeah, we've seen it before. Clint can pop off. This is the other thing, too, I guess, that you can think about is just that combination of not having the Harley and the Genius Wand that's usually built there is why that burst works so well with a Gourd. You're able to go ahead and shred through targets, but now you just have to rely on crowd control from the Guinevere.
Yeah, and speaking of crowd control on the other side of Liquid, my suggestion for Onic in my head is if you could somehow bait out the Starfield, the real-world manipulation, but it's Sanji, that he will hold on to that even if he's down to like 5% health, and then somehow find the perfect timing to utilize the shield that he'll get from it, and then make the most out of it. So easier said than done to try and force it out early.
See if Onic can figure it out here. JP will spawn out Brusco, keep him in check. They're going to fight for positioning. Sanford, meanwhile, up top, going to go ahead and clear that lane out. They have pressure to deal with. There's the Sea Halberd, so another item locked in for Severo. Tlph win to play this long game here. They're going to do quite a bit of damage to Brusco, though. Is he going to be able to get out? They might try to force him to tech charge, but he doesn't. He holds on to it.
Oh, no. That might as well have been it, Joseph.
Yeah.
They let go. Onic say, Liquid, you can take the Lord. We can't afford this fight.
Lacking that shred. It's also really difficult for Onic to have considered picking up the carry earlier, considering that they already knew that the Eve was active. I was wondering why the Zetian of all bans. But instead of crying over spilled milk, let's see how they recover. They have the core items locked in for King Kong, but then the problem is even if they get that set, Team Liquid Philippines fights a really good long team fight that they can sustain through. They trump them in the damage. They trump them in the defensiveness as well. This might be it for this push. If it's not it, they're going to lose almost all, if not all, their base turrets.
Yeah, they've got to also watch out for Sanford. Oh, there's Burst! That's step one to having this cleared out. Take out JP. He didn't even get a chance to purify. He really didn't have many options to go to.
Okay, fair enough. That will at least make this a defensible pressure applied up top, but with all the ults thrown out, I think Liquid deserves to take down top lane tier 3.
I think that should also be another equation. Fulvius into Harith, Fulvius is happy. But if there's an Eve on the other side, you can't really fight under the real-world manipulation. So I think that has to be definitely something that needs to get checked by Onic. In terms of how they can make a comeback, I don't think they're going to get a lot of these pickoffs that they get from time to time. Even if you get one, you still have a Terizla to deal with. Let's say you find JP again.
Yep.
Team Liquid still has a tank that they can work through. They still have a main initiator and the Terizla as well. Considering that Sanford decided to go for Immortality as his 4th item too, it's going to be costly to try and take down either the Marcel or the Terizla.
That's one of the things JP's doing. Look how aggressive he is with the conceal.
Runs through 2. Has it. Golden Hour stops him in place, and that allows Liquid to stampede right on through. King Kong very low. Revenge Strike will take him down. Zaman Force dropped in. Kirk did not last a second underneath the pressure, and now in comes Liquid. They want more. The backline is taken out by Carl, and Carl walks away. They take down tier 3.
Sanji even flickered forward with the real-world manipulation just to show how ahead they are. And what a play by Carl!
Yep, he wants to go push that mid lane in so they can potentially end the game here. The rest of the 4 members of TLPH are in the base, while Brusco and Super Prince are on the defense.
They've got a wave in mid, a wave up top. Last inhibitor falls. Brusco doing his darndest. Summon Force coming through. Super Prince cannot drop the gush long enough. Liquid take game 1.
They look like they really just want to make sure that they go into the San Juan Arena, top of the standings, and they don't want a tiebreaker. It got rocky at the start, but it got smooth really quick.
It's just that's exactly how a Liquid Stampede looks like here. Props to Onic, man. They maintained the balance from early to mid-game, but it was that first Lord. Something about that first Lord where TLPH is like, let's go, guys, let's do this. And then they just make it happen. Sanford was the punching bag for the early game, but then he really was able to go ahead and adjust. There was some good pickoffs from Onic, but TLPH just knows how to respond.
1 game away from confirming top seed. 1 game away from being literally Anjing Atas.
Top dog.
Yep, the Indonesians would know.
Yep, I had to think about my translation there. I already have to translate it.
Malaysians too, right?
Yeah.
Same,
Oh, is it Malaysians too? Yeah, okay.
same bahasa.
Yeah.
Sama-sama.
I think they use Asu more, but they
Oh, theirs is Asu, like ours is Asu?
Yeah. But I think they definitely know what the the AN one is.
Yeah, man. Oh, this is a great ending here to the end, man. You saw how great they were locked in at the end, and they knew it. Like, that's the thing about TLPH. Carl T's like, I'm fast enough. He gets the MVP. I'm going to go clear that mid lane, and they end the game. Carl Tz, man, this guy, how much has he accomplished, by the way, in this season alone? I mean, he's the GOAT for a reason, but this season alone, this guy's breaking records.
Word on the street is he's about to reach a new peak. Like, this level of Carl has nothing on M4, nothing on M2, nothing on even his 2019 form when he won his first gold medal. This is something else.
So you're saying it's not even his final form?
Nah, just
That too! That too again!
Just when you thought he couldn't evolve anymore, he evolves even more. So if it wasn't Carl Tz,
Sorry. I just had to.
It's okay, that was smooth. If it wasn't Carl Tz for the MVP, you could actually make a very strong case for JP. Before Carl Tz went crazy, it was JP's initiation that allowed Team Liquid Philippines to find that and for Carl to deliver that dagger. But Carl delivered the dagger, so he gets the MVP here. But definitely, it was just a great effort by Liquid as the entire team. Sanford had to deal with a lot. He started off 0-3 in the first 6 minutes. Not an Apex Predator start that you want, but once they got more resources and got the lead that they wanted, his penalty zones were actually mint.
If you're just looking at stats, one might argue Tedward might be a pretty good candidate because he didn't die a single time.
Yeah.
And Onicph were playing for team fights. Onicph were looking to be deadly, but Deadly Teddy took none of that.
Yeah, that's true. Even that play that we mentioned right before Lord 1 when Brusco initiated, the fact that Super Princess Mystic Gush was forced out very quickly was because Teddy got free. He was just off to the side. It's like, wait, I'm right beside your gourd. You guys are not going to dive me or try to stop me? All right, drop my Zaman Force. You cancel out the gourd. You force him to even use Flicker to get out, but still catching him. So, a tough trade there for Onicph.
And so a lot of people have been talking about the gourd pick coming back into the meta, the discussion, and that's always going to be one of his weak points is his mobility. And you either have to rely on your team being able to peel for you or protect you, or just being athletic enough to flicker out. And, you know, unfortunately, TLPH just had a ton of answers to go at different angles towards Super Prince. And even at times when it was just JP being very aggressive and annoying, quote unquote, on the Marcel to cause some chaos, is sometimes it's enough to deal with those tools that Onicph was trying to play with.
Yeah, and I think you could tell that definitely Onicph went into this with a slightly different mindset. Again, we were pointing out in the early game how it felt like they were spending majority of the early just protecting the river. And then playing a slower, hey, let's see if we can get a pick with a Guinevere, let's see if we can get a pick with a Grok. It's not really Onicph as we saw them just earlier this week when they went up against Omega. That game 3 that they delivered against Omega was through sheer pressure, the Onicph super fam that we know. But when you're forcing them to play back and forcing them to be very calculated, really biding their time, that doesn't feel like Onicph to me.
Yeah. Oh, and taking a look at these heart rate monitors here, you can see the Sansan duo, man. They were peaking around the same.
Okay, my theory. I know that this is neither here nor there, but look at Onicph, cover those names. That kind of looks like a Falcons lineup, don't it?
Yeah.
And Falcons are the only one to take down Liquid this season. So that might be the mindset that they came in with. Like, we can kind of play like Falcons, right? Like, let's try to do that. It seems to have thrown off Liquid once. It just doesn't fit them.
Yeah,
It's uncanny valley.
It's one of those things that they tried, didn't work. Maybe we see them adjust in game 2. But before that, you guys want to level up in gaming and in life. The Infinix Note 60 Pro is here. It's a Snapdragon-powered beast with a flagship feel that's shattering every benchmark in its price segment.
And it's more than just the specs. This is the ultimate outdoor cinema device with its 6.78-inch, 144 Hz AMOLED display. Plus, you get to have fun with the active matrix display. How's that for a mobile device?
Yes, stronger performance, more premium feel, and more fun. This is the Note 60 Pro. You do note.
You do note.
Yeah.
Check it out.
You know, I finally learned why it ends with you do note. Apparently, it's a reference to an old meme in the country. Yeah.
I wish I knew that meme. Unfortunately, I don't. Yeah. So, but if you guys want to dominate the land of Dawn, you need the connection that's never going to let you down. From scouting rotations to tracking the pros, stay online and in the zone.
Power up with the Smart Powerall 99. Get 10 gigs of data for MLBB and your favorite apps, plus unlimited FB, calls, and texts. Share every gigi moment with Smart, the simply reliable partner of the MPL.
There you go. Thumbs up at the end. And also, We're almost there, guys. This is, again, the last day of the regular season. What's next? Playoffs. After 7 long years, we're heading back to where the Filipino MLBB dominance began. Catch the MPL Philippines Season 17 playoffs live at the San Juan Arena and witness 5 days of pure high-stakes action.
That's happening from May 27th to the 31st. And if you're a true fan, and I know you are, you've got to eye those VIP tickets. It's the ultimate all-access package for all super fans out there.
Be a part of history with us. Tickets are limited, so head to ph-mpl.com/tickets to get yours now. Let's relive the glory. See you there. Also, watch out. Heading into the playoffs, a lot of the talents do a lot of things. Little giveaways. You could be part of our little guest list. We'll help you get tickets. So please engage with us online. Look for our pages.
Check them out. And also, happy birthday. There's one of them right there. Redmar, you're over there. Wolf.
Hey!
Birthday to you. Happy
It's my birthday again.
It's his birthday again.
It's been a week, but it feels like my birthday again.
Happy birthday.
I had a discussion once. How do you guys feel about when you're at a restaurant and then they come sing happy birthday to you? Do you feel pressured or do you like that?
I like it, but only if the dessert that you get for free is equally good. Because the dessert makes or breaks the performance.
That's true.
I'm pretty neutral. I'll just clap along.
I hate it. Like, either way, I don't want...
You shouldn't have told us that.
I don't want people coming... Hey. Hey. I don't want people coming to sing me happy birthday. Like, I just want to get my dessert and enjoy.
We're getting a band.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure you guys will. You know what? Before we head on to game 2, let's head it over for a little interview out there with the audience.
I wonder how much Fallout Boy.
It's the golden rivalry, pero take a break muna tayo para humingi ng cheer para sa ating Sonics fam. Hello! Welcome to MPL Arena! Ipakilala nyo naman ang inyong mga sarili.
And so hello everyone, we are the community leaders from Onicph Philippines.
And we are inviting all Sonics out there to our merchandise booth. Today is the last day, May 17, here at Victoria Sports Tower, Quezon City.
Today is our last match for regular season. So ang kukunin nyo na lang is ang ating ticket para sa playoffs. So don't forget to grab your tickets para makanood kayo ng live.
Ay, gusto ko yung ready kayo sa ating segment today para ako nakita ng girl group. And I love the energy of Super Family, not just here, even online. Grabe, sobrang dami talagang fans ng Sonics. Pero paano ba sila makasali sa community ng Onicph Family?
And so if you guys have some your own dedicated posts for Onicph Philippines, or if you want to stay tuned for exciting posts and announcement, feel free to join our official Facebook group entitled Sonic Republic PH po. Tingnan lang.
Ayan, sana makasali kayo. What do they have dito sa pagsali nila? Ano bang pwede nilang ma-experience aside from watching live?
And yes, we are inviting everyone to join our community tournament, the Clash of Sonics Season 3. Registration is now officially open. So grab your squad and get ready to compete.
Of course, in big prizes and exciting prizes to make sure to tune in and watch out our Sonic Clash.
Well, I love it ha. At itong mga jersey nyo, ito ba yung bago? Hindi pa to updated. Itong suot ng mga players natin, ang updated
Yes,
jerseys.
exactly.
Available ba yan para magkaroon din ng ating mga super fans?
Yes, open po ang ating booth dyan sa labas until today. So, sa mga hindi pa nakakabili, alam nyo na yan, pili na kayo.
Okay, ngayon naman, gusto kong marinig ang cheer para sa Onicph kasi kailangan nyo nang bumawi this time around. Now, take the lead.
Sure, go.
Onicph! What time is it?
It's Onicph time!
There we have it. Mula sa Super Family, balik na muna tayo sa ating casters. Casters, palag na to.
It's Onicph time. Sorry, I thought it was coming back to us, and you guys see me pointing at my watch, but you know what? I'll just yell it with them.
I saw it, Joseph.
Thank you. Hopefully Redmar saw it too.
I always see you.
All right.
Even when you don't know, I'm there.
Even when you don't know. Hey, that's a little scary, man. But let's go ahead and think about this. Game 2, we had a pretty strong game 1 for TLPH towards the end there. Onicph needs to win this. Whoa! Also, whoa! By the way, look at these nice new graphics. The C rivalry out there. Which MLB lineup can stand up against the PH lineup in the upcoming Asian Games qualifier and stop them from reaching the grand line?
Ooh, we're going for a bit of One Piece vibes. Again, the throwback to the strength and the power of our Asian Games lineup.
Yep. By the way, these are upcoming events going on. Don't forget the EWC X Asian Games send-off ceremony. That's happening on the last day of the playoffs at the San Juan Arena. That's going to be great. Then next, you got the Asian Games qualifier, the month of June. That's happening in Singapore. So it'll be the Seabowl MLB men's team for the Asian Games. And then the Esports World Cup, the month of July, which we're still pondering where we're going.
I can't wait to go to... you ain't gonna...
I can't wait to go to... Never mind.
To the EWC.
I can't wait to go to the Esports World Cup. Love it.
Yeah.
I wonder what the weather's like there.
It'll be sunny.
Yeah, it's not winter, so it's gonna be sunny.
It's the middle of the year.
I mean, try their cuisine.
Yeah, I've heard the cuisine there is quite good.
A lot of dough.
A lot of dough.
We're about to slip, aren't we?
I was gonna say, treading the line.
I love roti. I love roti.
I love roti. I love
sushi. I love sushi. Let's just throw it all off.
Yeah,
love sushi.
Sushi. Bibimbap's great.
Okay, here we go. Draft 2, hummus. What do we have? What do we have here? TLPH is gonna be on the blue. I'm gonna go over on the red. Oh man, TLPH is 13-0 by the way on Flying Clouds.
Holy crabs!
They are the king of the clouds.
Wow! Wow! We're probably not gonna get a tiebreaker, huh?
I was gonna say, like,
statistically speaking.
And oh my god, like I don't think there's another team that has that kind of stat line close on a map.
That insane, yeah. I mean, I don't need to revisit it. I feel like that's already the facts.
Yeah, that's again, Flying Clouds, very interesting map because it always kind of enables you to get back into a game if you're falling behind. Well, TLPH being a team that doesn't really fall behind, that most teams are able to go ahead and keep it at a steady pace, but then they somehow, power through with their dominant team fighting power. And there's a Harley ban, so are we thinking this is a Suyo priority?
I wouldn't be surprised because Liquid are one of the few teams this season that think, hey, if we have a comfort, if we have a really strong pick, let's just pick it up as first. They do it for Teddy's Claude. I know they also do it for the Suyo from time to time if possible.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you still have a Marcel available, and if they could, Onicph might want to rush that as one of the first 2 picks. Because with the Kalea getting taken out, remember, as we've learned through Falcons, Kalea is actually one of those heroes that best can respond to the Marcel. Get that pick off. It does really well with whoever it's paired up with, that extra bit of heal. So Onicph decided to pick out the Leomord, thinking that, not the Leomord, excuse me, thinking that Liquid might just go for the Stampede lineup. That fast win, early win, dominant, just so that they can lock in the first spot already.
Does this also mean just in case TL doesn't take the Suyo, then, Onicph will at least take it, and maybe they're thinking Claude first pick for TLPH, like you mentioned before, being one of the few teams that does that. So there's a couple options, really, that come into play for this for both sides. And Onicph has prepared themselves in the game of drafting here already in the first phase.
What the first pick is going to be. We laid out the Suyo as a possibility. Kovi's gone. I don't think they can first pick that. I don't think Valentina should be a rush right now. Oh, of course, Freya! Okay. Strong flex pick.
Strong flex.
Historically, TLPH does play it into the EXP more. Onicph would want to play a lot of disruption.
Yep.
Crazy idea, but if ever they prepared for it, if ever they could show it up, later in the draft, they could pull a trick from Aurora's book and maybe pick up a Beleric. But again, only if they're comfortable with it. Aurora did admit that Beleric pick came through a lot of training. They prepared that through with scrims.
And he was, slightly buffed, I guess?
Yeah, the faster taunt is actually really great.
It's actually pretty good. So this is kind of what we expected here, Renmar. On it goes. They take the Suyo. That was left open, and they also get the Jushin. So these are already 2 quality picks to allow Onicph to build on this. I wonder what the response is going to be from TLPH to complement the Freya.
I think they can save their mid lane pick for later. They don't necessarily need to go for an Eve right away. They might want to consider the Valentina, but right now they're very divey. I think a little bit more range might actually be good for them. Here, I might actually be okay with them considering the Zetien, if ever. Meanwhile, Carl, we'll see his jungle. I mean, Guinevere is still open if they want to. The Oh, the box got taken away. Is it gonna be? Yep, Guinevere and as Marcel will end up with the Liquid again. I mean, we called it out earlier in the banning phase.
Yep.
The Kalea ban is most likely a setup for a Marcel later in the draft.
Is Daddy JP just catching up to the metagame? Is this him saying, you know what, as we get closer to San Juan, I'm going to play more Marcel?
Like, I can play it too.
Yeah, I might as well show everyone that I actually could. Let's get out of the college and all of the typical picks.
Just waited for all the kids to be done with it.
Yeah.
You guys got your turn.
Oh yeah, maybe he was like he was looking at information like, oh, that's how you play the Marcel. So that's how the kids do it. Let me show you how Unc does it.
Yeah. Well,
Not just Unc. Daddy.
Either way, I think also when you watch JP play it, like, it might be nice for him to just go ahead and play a hero that allows him to be a little more aggressive in a way. And, you know, scout things out and just kind of also be able to rely on the golden hour. Like, we saw it in game 1 alone. The golden hour ultimate can be utilized in so many different ways to complement your team or to benefit them. And so now that the first phase is over, that last pick, we did kind of talk about the Claude being picked up. It's going to go over in the hands here of Onicph. So they've got a solid 3 foundation, I'd say, for Onicph to set things up.
Yeah, and I think Onicph doesn't really need to worry that much about this Freya getting flexed into gold because you already have a jungle Gwyn.
Yep.
The risk of putting Freya gold and then you not having range is going to be real. However, the Kimmy is still active in mid if ever. So let's see if Onicph or maybe even Sanji is willing to play that Kimmy because they can still swerve it. But then there are other really strong picks in the gold you still have to think about. Harith. If it's not the Harith, then maybe even it could be Team Liquid's turn to pick up the Bruno. So
We got a battle going on, by the way. Grease over here for Onicph versus, was that GG Plays?
Yep, that's GG Plays. Yep. Reese is living on a prayer. I mean, she's still hoping for a 2-1, so that's a 2-step process.
Choose one, by the way. Brenmar.
what do you mean? Oh,
yeah.
Little fans from
Little
Infinix.
fans. We got fans from Infinix.
Literally fans.
Guys, I'll tell you what. If you're in Southeast Asia, it is.
Of course.
It is hot.
Look who you chose. Look who you chose.
Look who I chose. Look who I chose. No context.
Ah, okay. Who the heck is this in my fan?
That's Kadita.
That's Kadita.
It is? Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's Kadita.
I like water.
It is steaming hot here in Southeast Asia. So if you guys are watching elsewhere, enjoy that weather while you can. Ban's almost done here for the second phase. That'll be the Lilia and the Eve being focused down against Sanji. We'll see what he ends up picking up. And then over here, we've got the XP lane options for Kirk being narrowed down.
What's Honor gonna end up picking up in the room again? Are they just gonna try the Grox or another pick that I could be missing? I mean, so far from majority of it, we've really seen just the Kalea as the best pick you can go for. I hope they're not considering Cho. I know it's a comfort, but man, there's really a lot of precedence that the Cho just struggles against the Marcel.
Specifically against the Marcel.
Yeah, specifically him.
Oh, they take out the Khalid. Okay.
Hilda's still out there.
Yep.
In true rage bait form.
Yeah. Hilda's fine. Hilda's fine. But then, if ever Liquid decide to swerve some picks, the mid lane doesn't really need a lot of protection. It's self-sustaining, then the Hilda will feel quite useless. If ever, Brusco's just going to be using his power of wildness, try to maximize it. But right now, Liquid's first 3 picks just exude a lot of pressure, a lot of dominance. And Brusco's going to end up with an old favorite pick in the Gata Kacha.
Yeah, it was gonna go either way. You get a green battle spell no matter what. A Purify roamer or a Revitalized roamer.
Yep.
They end up with a safer pick.
Yeah, they probably need it too, also to help them into their fights. One of the great things though also is it just complements having the Jusha in there. And excuse me, and it can also...
It's all right. It's all right. Get some sip.
Take a sip.
Let me take a sip. Let me take a sip.
Get a sip.
You were saying, Joseph.
I was saying that it also is very good to set things up with the Unbreakable, right? And we've seen this happen in the mid lane a lot, where you set things up mid lane, here comes Suyo right on the rotation, King Kong, boom, kill.
Shane CC.
Yeah. One pick that started to climb up yesterday was a Irithel as an answer to Claude. See if they're willing to do that. Oh, Sanji. It's their turn to play the gourd.
Dude, can I just say that I'm so...
and a Vendetta! Oh, they get XP Bennett. They do end up swinging that Freya into the gold lane.
You want some damage? Here's damage. This is actually kind of crazy.
It's all damage.
It's like, you want physical and magic, here you go.
I'll tell you now, right? Last night it was hilarious. Was it last night or the other day? Where a Marcel was literally under golden hour, punching a Harith.
Yeah, it was the other day.
There was the other day. So yeah, this is still just violence.
This is violence, man. Oh.
MSL and MPL in my head is just
Oh, they'll get the sword. Okay, this is a good answer to the gourd, though.
a great answer.
Yeah. So,
And also there was the flow of a lot of the dive style of Liquid.
Yeah.
Again, they're working on a timer here. They do have a chance to just run away with a very early lead, but if that Claude can get farm and if Onic can buy time, then we might get tiebreaker.
we might go to a game 3. They still have to win 2-1. Like, Onic has to win 2-1
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're a half step away
from it not happening.
that possibly being a thing, yes. But again, the numbers state Liquid on top. Because again, the damage is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Not to say that this lineup doesn't scale in the late game. This lineup has damage from early to late. It's just that it might not fare as well when the other team also has the damage. If you can't catch the Claude, if you can't pressure it enough.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can get some early kills onto the Gatakacha and Sora, because if they can stop them getting items, that's your best way to delay the late game.
I think not only items, but will we see the stacks build up for Super Friends? I'm assuming he's going to be the one with the Sky Piercer on the Jushin, not the Suyo, since we've been seeing more Suyo build that Hunter Strike War Axe combo. Let's take a look at the emblems, though.
Ooh, Teddy rocking with the killing spree on this Freya. Fire Emblem Focus. Super Friends forced to pick up the PYT because he wants his Purify way more often here. Even the Magic Worship for the Benedetta. So yeah, they're really just thinking about damage, domination.
Yeah,
Lately, we've been feeling that more in our ranked games. It's like more damage, more win.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about.
Woohoo! Kirk gets away by the skin of his teeth.
All right, he gets out. JP will take a couple shots.
Ooh, supportal combat. It's just roamers.
You did mention punching, man. We got it here. Oh, Brusco. We get snapshotted. He'll be fine.
Whoa, one
couple
more.
shots to JP.
JP knows he was this close to getting lifted up.
Yeah.
You don't do that to daddy.
You don't do that.
That's a good thing earlier that Kirk didn't give that early kill, because that is not what they want for any of their frontliners right now. Well, for Liquid, they can just trade. As long as JP doesn't die too often, he should be okay. They're 35 seconds and counting until the next Lord spawns. Very aggressive cut to the proxy, a wave from Teddy. He wants to be felt more in the map, much quicker. He gets vision in purple. We'll see the scaled lizard. All right, so just aggressive Teddy Freya tactics. He's going to be waiting for the next wave as well, and will be cutting that because he wants to be part of Turtle 1.
Whoa, 2v1! Kirk! JP on him, and they back off. He's got Super Friends and Brusco. Good read by the duo up top.
Yep, he's still got Flicker too, so he's going to be fine. Turtle's coming up here, and there's a push down bottom. At least they'll keep Silvero there to get some of that extra gold. It looks like we're going to have a rotate from Teddy. He wants to join this. They want to secure the first objective, so they make their way half health on this turtle.
Tis what Freyas do. Kaltizi finds a Requiem, and they pick up Brusco. The Bruiser's out of the equation, and look at the back line. It's Teddy holding back Kirk. How often does that happen? Liquid scores.
Yeah, too clean. Once Guinevere gets that first pick off, that first sense of crowd control, and there's enough members of his team to follow up, it's going to be way too tough.
Yep. A little bit of pressure there, or at least information on the purple buff of King Kong. Sanford taking a couple shots, he'll be able to get away. I think this is also one of the things for Sanford after he was the body bag, the body of Smith in the Teriza last game. He's like, you know what, give me the Benedetta. I wonder how that conversation went without the during the draft.
Ooh.
Couple stuns here. Oh, they actually get the beacon out from Super Friends though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
big force out.
Big force out there.
Yeah, they just needed to commit the second skill of the Guinevere for that. They didn't even need to commit anything big. But to be fair to Super Friends, he needed to do that.
Yeah. Even though he's still got to Purify. Again, if you guys missed it, Tlph on Flying Clouds right now is 13-0.
Sanji with a gush, putting Prince to a third of his health. AOG, Sanji, superhero reflexes, flickers back.
And even to cap it off, he gets a stun and the golden hour from JP.
Okay.
Just a flex on him.
Kaltizi comes in, but not underneath tier 1. Up top, though, 40 puts Kirk down to a fifth of his health. 40 refuses to back down.
Yeah, no flick for Kirk, though.
Okay.
I think the timing was off there on that try to play in the mid because he didn't have the projectile for the stun after the golden hour finished, but that was the idea. They're still, they're fine. It's just Tlph looking for potential picks if they can. They might try to replicate this in the mid lane, but nonetheless, Onicph is also playing around this really well. They know this is potentially coming here.
Freeze.
Oh, Sanji doesn't have a flicker.
King Kong, nice dive on Asanji. Super Prince looking for the lift up. Does not get enough stacks. Oh, he does get it on JP.
Carl.
But here comes Carl looking for the punish. Jumps onto one. Requiem. Plus the snapshots taking down King Kong. The beast has been slain. And they're not done. Brusco and Frizz looking to punish JP. He runs on out of there.
Perfect timing yet again from Carl with this win. And Onicph will lose this turtle. At this point, I mean, it's going as expected for the nature of the lineups.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Liquid are just sharper.
It's interesting the way that it's working out too for Tlph. You know, we saw the same combination the previous game from Onicph. Well, this Guinevere Gord combo is working out better. There's a belt pickup already for JP, so he's going to go ahead and build up the stacks.
Okay, Petrify answering underneath. Tier 1, close call. Kirk, he thought he had 40.
Yeah. So despite all of these close calls, oh wait, whoa, Sanford.
Is he going to try to make a play?
Oh, he does! Vintage Venuya! The punish on Kirk gets him!
That's nasty. Kirk has done so well to stay alive after all these close calls, but finally Sanford has his number.
Oh, man.
Oh, he has everybody's number.
King
Kong gets taken down! The San duo strike up top!
Like I said, man, Sanford's like, Coach, let me play a different type of hero, and you see what he does with the Benedetta.
Oh my lord, JP and Sanji almost just as quickly passing it over. Brusco gets away.
They have them in the early and they still have them red. Oh, Kirk is angry, but Sanji's there to block with a projectile.
Oh, he's getting in his head. Look at all the recalls.
Oh, man, Sanford knows. And off of an attempt under the turret from Kirk, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. So now with this, you get this advantage for Sanford. A little jump from Brusco, no connect. Turret goes down. Yeah. Teddy secures the tier 1 in the bot.
Brusco does not have a way out. Forced to use that Revitalize. Projectile thrown out. Golden hour. And they read the situation. Might not be worth it unless... Seek! In comes Stanford! Takes down Brusco! Teddy now, underneath, tier 1, pulls it back.
It was able to avoid getting lifted. So far, it's been 2 series, not just this game, but 2 series of Liquid controlling the river and Onicph just trying to respond and trying to buy time. Still, though, quite close in the farm is Severo. He's able to freely get minion last hits. But Onicph are about to lose their tower in mid. This is going to make it harder for them to buy time for the pressure.
This is also 3 out of 3 turtles now going to the hands of Team Liquid. Off of the wins of just great team fighting and being able to go ahead and keep Onicph under control from trying to find rotations they're looking for.
Oh, man.
So Sanford also just enough of a distraction himself. He sees multiple members of Onicph. We'll see what the response is going to be from Onicph. I mean, what do we? Is this one of those situations where you're just waiting Severo to hit that Trinity? And
Daisy! Sanji jump King Kong! And Brusco! By God, they folded him in half! Here comes the pressure! Blazing the web, but he can't take down Carl, nor Sanji and JP, and in comes Teddy and Sanford! 2 fighters in mid, but 40 gets shut down, and in comes Carl, they're not done! Teddy still wailing away! Can he jump in? Teddy finds him! Massive trade! 4 for 1!
That initially looked like a great block by Kirk, but Liquid didn't let go of the sequence. King Kong gets caught out yet again!
Oh, Flying Clouds does allow them to answer. AOG, Sanji sidesteps. This fight has to be done.
Hey, he's still got his flicker too, man. And Sanji playing one athletic Gord, as I like to say. He is so hard to catch, it seems like, for Onicph. And he's just able to go ahead and pop out the projectiles and the gushes to bring him down. And this is all without the Harley combination we're used to seeing.
It's really tough to find an opening here for Onicph. They can counter as much as they want, but there's still too much to deal with. Even after all of the things that they threw out in the last fight, Teddy was still healthy. Healthy Teddy, dare I say.
From steady to deadly to healthy. Right now, Teddy feeling great.
Yeah, and just, I'm not trying to push a new moniker, y'all. I'm just trying to make a joke.
No, that sounds like a moniker, dude.
Hey,
It sounds like a moniker.
It's not.
You want to have a spinning wheel of moniker? No,
Stop it, no, I'm kidding.
But
You do sound effects, you do moniker.
what am I going to do?
Don't cough.
Don't cough. I just won't cough, right? All right, Lord is up. Onicph massively behind, almost 8,000 gold behind here. This is just going to be a Tlph Lord to take.
That's where game 1 ended.
Yep. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Sanford electo final blow. Plus the petrified King Kong just dodging it through, but it's not going to be enough. Sanford finds him.
And he does it with 72 heart rate. Oh!
Sanji, just the cleanest gush I've seen in a while, takes down Brusco. Golden hour. Severo ain't going nowhere. Oh, poor Clayton gets taken down by Teddy. Now Kirk with a full combo and Prince, but there's not enough damage between them. And now in comes Carl. Carl dashes through, survives that deep dive.
What the hell is this team? Liquid are on something else. They were definitely ahead of Onic in terms of everything. They've done their homework, the drafts, the responses, the surprises were great. Greedy as it is, it does make a lot of sense, especially if you have the comfort players there.
Yep.
They have the Lord, they're marching in, 10,000.
Just massive lead right now. If you thought game one's ending was a stampede, this one's been the entire game. JP on this side of the base, Sanford feeling great, and just what can Onic do?
Liquid wants to go straight to San Juan after this.
Yeah, they're ready. And they said, hey, Falcons, don't put your shoes on. We got this.
Stay in the gym.
Stay in the gym,
We're
don't
getting
worry.
top one.
Do the extra rep.
Do the extra rep. Right now, Onic, 11,000 gold deficit. Lord making its way to this bottom base turret as it charges on in. Severo just now gets the golden staff, locks in the Trinity. Sanford.
40. Going 1v1 against Severo underneath tier 3. Liquid cracks the base.
Look at that damage.
And Teddy wants to take down Prince. Barely a punish. Oh my God, Carl! He finds Kirk between two members. Kirk does get the shifting clouds in, but Prince takes him down. Sanji gets punished hard. Kirk survives, and that base is gonna crack. Oh my Lord. That's one turret left. AOG by Brusco. Oh, Onic have to catch their breath. They can't keep fighting like this.
Yeah, despite that loss of Sanji, Liquid still have gained more. They've already taken down 2 base turrets. Still a win is a win for Onic. They can get just a little bit more farm, especially into Severo. I think they have to accept that King Kong is definitely going to be losing this.
Carl finds King Kong. He just wanted his orange, sir.
Oh, Carl!
He finds Brusco too. And just like that, Onic were punished for just trying to take what was theirs.
They just want to find any resource they can scrap up off the ground, and TLPH has taken everything from them. This is the most Hunger Games we've seen so far, and now they're looking to end the game potentially.
3 defenders. Teddy pushing the advantage, and nice Requiem taking down Kirk. Golden hour stopping Onic from defending this tier 3 up top. Onic's final turret. Can King Kong and the newly spawned Brusco stop him? They do push him out.
With all of these wins, Carl TZ's wedding should be grand, man. Has to be massive. I'm expecting the Philippine Orchestra, the symphony, you know, just show up there.
Oh man.
They have everything.
They have everything.
They have all the gold, all the resources. They've stopped Onic from getting farm. It's been too long since Severo got some good farm for himself. The damage is there. Again, it's a ticking clock that Liquid is working against. But so far, they've stopped Onic time for a long time.
Yeah, and a big part of that is Kirk just being down so far. You know, and it started off with him trying to make a play on Sanford, and they're 4,000 behind just in that XP lane alone. As Sanford picks up a little more defensiveness to help him maneuver throughout the base as they secure this Lord here. One of the bigger leads we've seen so far throughout the season here, almost 13,000 gold as Team Liquid gets ready to go ahead and end this game in a sweep, unless somehow Onic can figure something out of the way. I'm just worried that they don't have the defensiveness to withstand what TLPH is about to throw at them as they try to desperately hold on to this base turret up top. The Lord makes its way down the mid lane here. Severo picking up another item, gets some livid gun. Here's the defense.
Lord marching through mid with a wave. Synchronized with bottom and top. Here they go. They try the gush thrown out. Backline Brusco drops the revitalized. Lord still standing. Down goes Prince. 40 gets a double. It's just a matter of time as Liquid clear the rest of them out. Brusco falls last as they take the sweep. No tiebreakers. Top dog. Top seed secured for Liquid.
Just in case you had any doubts, the golden rivalry is blue and silver.
Team Liquid doing it again and will get themselves a 14-0 on flying clouds. I think teams are going to have to take that in consideration going in the playoffs when we get to best of 5s, best of 7s, and just what can you do against a team like this?
Shan't be a surprise that a map that allows for fights to continuously happen benefits the team that likes to fight and win.
Back-to-back Marcel games for JP. A bit of a flex from Liquid onto Onic. It's like, oh, you guys played the Gordon, the Gwyn. Now let's show you how to play the Gordon, the Gwyn.
We also saw this from Team Falcons, you know, in a way, and then they make a certain combination of it, aside from the Benedetta, to work. And talk about mechanical skill from Sanford. You know, well, on this Benedetta, you don't see the Benedetta picked much at all. Handful of players, maybe 2-3 players that will pick it up, but was he styling on Kirk in the XP lane here?
He was styling on all of them.
Yeah. It wasn't just Kirk. I mean, again, I appreciate Kirk for not dying as much as he could have. And he also led to a lot of their early skirmishes into draws. Sanford would be forced to use the Petrify. He'd force Sanford to go back, even though he himself went back. So it just got to the point where, because Liquid were able to take down the mid tower so much quicker, you lose so much room for Brusco and Friends to help control the map. And again, the story for the entire series has been Liquid controlled the river.
Yeah, the river, everything that Team Liquid was able to do throughout the series was just, again, a showcase of how dominant they have been throughout this season. So let's go ahead and throw it over on stage for our winning interview with our top seed, Team Liquid Philippines.
Ladies and gentlemen, mission complete for Team Liquid Philippines for their last match of the regular season.
For the last match of the regular season,
Onicph Philippines,
against Onic Philippines.
Team Liquid na hindi na magkakaroon.
There's gonna be no tiebreakers.
Want to take this opportunity to talk to the GOAT, Carl Tizzy.
Denise wants to talk to the GOAT.
Carl, balikan natin.
For Carl, let's go back to the past few weeks.
Regular season, ang daming
For the regular season,
karoon na ng roster changes.
there have been roster changes. Being the most dominant team for this regular season,
It's a surprise na kayo.
was it surprising for you that you would be top dogs?
Ako din nabigla eh, kasi
Yes, even I got surprised
namin kahit nung
because we had a lot of gold laners.
SEA Games talagang
Despite even the qualifiers, it was different gold laner. So it was surprising.
Dominant team. Sino yung pinaka-inaabangan mo?
As the most dominant team, who's the team that you're waiting to battle the most?
kasi malakas sila.